Hi, Annie. Welcome to the show. This show is called All In with Dr. Betts. I don't know if you know the gambling term called all in when you put all your money on the table. It's called being all in.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
And my last name is Betts, so, place your bets type thing. That's what all in, that's where I got it from, because, trying to think of a clever name, and I'm not sure how clever that is, but that's the name of the podcast.
No, I like it. I like the name. I did not know that, so it's good to know something.
Well, don't gamble. It's very, very bad. You could lose all your money.
That's true.
So, Crotal and the Men, you go by Annie. Why don't you tell us why? Where did the name Annie come from?
Okay. So, in my country where I come from, I was born in Karachi, Pakistan, right? So, every girl who has named Crotalin, they kind of automatically get the nickname, which is Annie. So, and they kind of get the name Annie from my last name, like A-I-N.
Okay.
So, they convert the A-N to Annie just for simplicity.
Nice. So, you've been going by Annie your whole life, even when you were in Pakistan?
Yeah, I was just born there, but I was brought up in Dubai.
Okay.
So basically, when I was there in high school, all my professors and my friend, they call me Annie. But at home, my parents, sometimes they call me Kuratolin, and sometimes they call me Kurat. So
what was the other name?
Kurat.
Is that short for Crotalin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So why don't we do this? I want to give this to you, and I think some people probably don't know where Karachi, Pakistan is.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we pull it up on the big screen here, and we'll show the people where Karachi, Pakistan is.
Oh, sure, but I don't know.
Let me grab that.
Thank you so much.
There you go. See, now the mouse is on the other side.
Oh, okay.
So just watch the TV there.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just click on this for you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
We're doing our best here. I don't have an engineer, so we do it all ourselves. All right. And then we're going to switch to. There we go. So there, let's blow up on a picture here. Karachi, Pakistan.
So, yeah.
Is that going to work? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Karachi. Is this the capital of Pakistan?
No, this is not the capital. It is one of the big cities of Pakistan. The capital is Islamabad.
Islamabad. I should have known that, actually. I'm embarrassed now. Let's zoom out and give people an idea. So there's Pakistan, there's India there. So if you find India, Pakistan is to the east and to the north. And it's below Afghanistan, so it'll be to the south east of Afghanistan. It's to the northwest of India. So it's right beside Iran. So it's considered the Middle East, right?
I don't think so, because it comes in Asian continent.
So it's part of Asia now?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good. So then after that, you were born in Karachi, Pakistan.
Yes.
Do you remember anything about Pakistan?
No, because I think we were like 3 or 4 days that when my mom, she took us back to Dubai, UAE. So I have no idea about Karachi, Pakistan, how the lives there a lot.
Okay.
And I have never visited back again. My sister, she went, but not me. But,
so you're technically a citizen of Pakistan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Over in Dubai, you don't get the citizenship, right?
Right.
So that's why my mother, she always go whenever my siblings are getting born. So we get born there, but then we come to Dubai because that's where my father and my mother, they live.
Okay, so you were born in Pakistan, but your parents lived in
Dubai.
The UAE, United Arab Emirates, in Dubai. But they would fly home to Pakistan so that you would have a Pakistani citizenship.
Yeah, because otherwise we would be homeless in Dubai.
Oh, is that right? Even though you're born there, they wouldn't give you...
No, they don't give us the citizenship because you have to be Arabic from the specific tribe.
Okay.
It's not that I would be homeless if I was born there, but it's just kind of convenient to just born there and then you get the passport directly instead of you have to apply.
Oh, okay.
So
why don't you pull up Dubai, or you pull up the UAE and then we'll zoom into Dubai.
Okay.
Because not everyone knows where these things are, and that they're really Dubai is a very fascinating place.
That's true. See, when you read
DUAE.
Okay, I think you just write it wrong.
Okay. There we go. Let me help you out there. There you go.
Thank you.
UAE. There we go. Yep. So let's click on that. Oops, what do we do? Here we go. So there is the UAE. So let's back out so we can get an idea where we're at. Oops. Sorry about that, folks. Don't mean to gouge your eyes out there. So there's Saudi Arabia. So basically, that's definitely the Middle East.
Yep.
So if you can find the Persian Gulf, this is the UAE right there. Oops, there's a hotel there too. Okay, so basically it's beside Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
You know the history of the UAE? Do you know why it's not part of Saudi Arabia, even though it's basically right there?
I think they were never the United Arab Emirates were never the part of Saudi Arabia. First, they were different states, I guess, but afterwards they combined to 7 emirates and they gave the name United Arab Emirates.
What's an emirate?
Emirates so Dubai is one emirate and Sharjah is one emirate. Alain is one emirate. So it's like, you know how we say states here? Over there it's emirat.
Okay.
So like they have 7 different emirat that combine together. So
it's like an emirate. Is that an Arabic word for state or region? Or?
That I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. No. Don't be embarrassed. I don't know either.
I don't know.
So let's zoom in. Let's take a look at UAE. So you were probably down in Dubai, which is that Dubai there? Yeah, that's Dubai there. Sorry, folks. I'm just getting used to this mouse. There we go. So let's zoom in a little bit. So this is Dubai, and this is Abu Dhabi. So that's another city. Or?
Yeah, that's another emirate.
Okay, so Abu Dhabi is an emirate, and Dubai is a city.
No, it's just like.
Don't mean to confuse you. I'm confused.
The thing is, like, there are 7 emirates, like 7 states that combine to form the United Arab Emirates. And Abu Dhabi is one of the states. Dubai is one of the states. Sharjah is one of the states.
Oh, okay. So Dubai is not a city.
I don't think so. It's a city. It's a state, and within the state, you have a different cities.
Oh, okay. So here's Abu Dhabi. Where's Dubai in comparison? Is it this off to the north, or?
No, it's gonna be a little bit south.
A little bit south.
Because it's more horror as compared to Abu Dhabi.
Let's zoom out a little bit. There's Dubai up there.
Okay. Wow. I thought it's gonna. Okay, so it's there.
Wow.
So you know, like how you see Sharjah up there, Sharjah, and then Dubai. So there are different emirates, emirates. We say. Okay.
And these are the famous.
Burj Palm Jumeirah.
Palm Jumeirah, right?
Yeah,
very famous.
Now. Yeah, it's a city.
That's a city now. Yeah. But you have to be a baller to get in. Like people from all over the world live there, and they have a lot of money.
Skydiving is very good from there.
What, pardon?
Skydiving.
Yes, I've heard. I've heard skydiving is the thing to do in Dubai because the buildings are. There's a video on YouTube. I won't show it because it's not mine. It's not my property. But there's guys who skydive out of a plane and they have these suits on where they can kind of control and hover like a flying squirrel type thing, and they fly in between the buildings in Dubai. Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive, man. You gotta have some intestinal fortitude. I couldn't do that. So here's a photograph of Dubai.
Yep.
Let's pull that up. I'm sure no one will mind. So you lived here. Does this look familiar to you?
Yes. I think it's a Sheikh Zayed road. It's like where you will find a very tall building everywhere.
Okay. So this is where the extremely rich people live in Dubai. This is kind of a cool little tower, little twist to it. Huh? That's a neat little architecture.
I think it's an Emirati tower, but I'm not sure about this. But I think that's Emirati tower. It's a twin tower kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like you will see the 2 similar kind of building, but they call it like Emirati tower.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's pretty neat. So you grew up here. You would call this home.
Yeah.
And you miss it?
Not a lot.
No?
Because I like America a lot, and I think now it's become more like a home to me here. So I'm very good here. Yeah.
So when you think back about the United Arab Emirates, what memories do you have? Like, first of all, how old were you when you left?
I was 18.
Oh, so you were grown.
Yeah.
You were a grown woman.
I come here right after my high school.
Okay. So you did all your education except for college there.
Yep.
So high school through Dubai. What's the so you took basically science and stuff, I'm sure, in high school in Dubai. How would you compare the education in Dubai to the education that you'd get here? Now, I know you didn't go to high school here, but you went to college at Broward.
Yeah.
And you saw, some of your fellow students. How would you say that was their high school experience not as good or equal, or?
I don't know if their experience would be good, but I would say over there, I was in Pakistani curriculum a lot. So they put us from the 9th standard. They put us towards the science curriculum, like chemistry, biology, anatomy, and all that kind of stuff. So when I come here, I'm not gonna say I was prepared 100%, but I was prepared.
Sure.
When I was getting it, I was able to get the idea and then the how it works, and then the burden of it. I know over here was not that burden as compared to there, because over there they put a lot of burden over there. So I thought I thought they prepared me for that kind of burden, and to move like with the faster speed than that. I think that's why I'm like, yeah, I want to do everything ahead of time.
Right.
Because of that reason that they put a lot of work together that I'm used to do a lot of stuff ahead of time.
Right. Yeah. When you're busy, you can't procrastinate.
Yeah.
You have to stay on top of it, or you'll get buried by it. Absolutely.
So yeah, I think the education system are different from for both the different countries, but I like both of them. I learn a lot from Dubai as well, from my school, from my high school, from my teacher, and also from here a lot.
So and I think people are going to find it fascinating. I know I find it fascinating. As a young woman, 18 years old, came with your family, left an Arab country where people spoke, I'm sure, Arabic, and 100%, basically 100% Muslim culture.
That's true. Yeah,
in a very rich culture. Compared to here, that Dubai is extremely rich, even compared to here.
Yep.
And you come to America, and where did you land?
I landed in Miami.
You landed in Miami, so you came from Dubai, a very, very hot city, to Miami, very, very hot city. So you never experienced cold. Good for you. We'll get back to weather in a minute. So when you landed you could already speak English though, so you were a fluent English speaker, so you had no problems with the language.
I would say I had problem a little bit. I had a listening trouble with that because people here, they used to speak very fast as compared to I used to hear that. So I had a trouble in the beginning, but I got adjusted to it after 6 months.
Right, sure. So what would you say was the biggest thing that you had to get used to when you came here?
I think like the way I get mingle and talk to people, because over there, like when you get mingle, you don't just like, like over here, like how Latino people, they just come, hug you and all that kind of stuff. Over there, it's not that. It's like you just stay on your own zone. Nobody come and they just talk to you. Nobody would laugh a lot. Nobody would talk a lot of stuff unless and until they are a very good friend of yours. Over here, everybody's very friendly. Everybody would come and talk to you, would hug you, all that kind of stuff. So in the beginning, I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, why are they coming and hugging me for some reason? But I get used to it afterward. I'm like, okay, that's a culture. So I start developing it. And I think that's also because of my friend. Like, I remember many of my Latin friends, they start telling me, oh, this is the culture. That's how we are. That's how we're friendly. And that's how we express our love and our gratitude, right, towards people. So I kind of developed that habit. But that was the first kind of difference that I noticed.
Do you think that the more conservative culture of the UAE, is that like a Muslim thing, or do you think that's just a UAE thing?
I think it's a little bit Muslim thing, a little bit UAE thing, I would say. Because, of course, in ours, we have a conservative culture.
Sure.
So, I think it's a part of both.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, I knew when I was in Detroit, I knew a lot of Muslims, and some of them were quite conservative. They were very friendly, but just conservative. Some of them were huggy, just like everybody else. And I'm kind of a conservative. I don't like to be touched by people I don't know very well.
That's true. Like, I was like that.
So before. I appreciate it when people don't hug me.
I was like that. I was like, don't hug me. I don't know you.
Yeah, really. What are you doing?
I'm used to it.
Get off me. Yeah, it's kind of like my family's very, very not huggy. Like, I think my mother and I hugged for the first time when I was 20.
Oh, my God.
It's just, I'm sure she hugged me when I was a baby, but you grow up and you don't do that anymore. And I moved here. It's more, at least my part of Canada, we're very conservative. Yeah. And we don't do that. I came to the United States and everybody wants to hug me. I'm like,
that was my experience. Yeah, no, that was my experience. Yeah.
It's shocking.
Yeah, it was shocking in the beginning because I was not used to it.
Because you're used to your family and your close friends touching you, and then all of a sudden people you hardly know are throwing themselves on you. Like, what are you doing?
That's true, yeah.
And okay, so that's interesting. So you flew from Dubai, was it nonstop to Miami?
Oh no, we had stopped at Paris.
From Paris,
and
okay.
Then from Paris to here.
Still, that's a long flight from Paris, from Dubai to. Let's put us back up on the big screen here. Oh, sorry, folks. Just trying to get used to the mouse here. There we go. So from Dubai to Paris to Miami. You land in Miami, and did your parents already have a house ready to go? Or?
Yeah, my dad, he already had he rented the house here, so we went to the Coral Spring directly.
Okay.
And then after that, I started applying for schools and all the kind of stuff.
So this is going to be a great podcast, I think. This is very interesting. What prompted you as a graduate from probably a really good high school in Dubai with a really interesting backstory to come to Broward College? And we're very happy to have you here, don't get me wrong. I'm just wondering what prompted you to come here.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell. Okay, so when I started applying to schools, they said I have to take the SAT. I did not know that. So I started studying for SAT, and I would say at that time I was not very dedicated. I did not spend a lot of time. I just spent like 3 weeks, and I just took the test because I thought it's going to be very easy.
Sure.
And I did horrible at the reading, which is one of my weakness. Like I'm very bad at reading section. Like I don't understand how it works. I did very good at writing and mathematics, but very bad at reading. And they were like, no, take the test again because we cannot accept if you have a lower score. And I was not ready for that because the school year about to start and I really wanted to get into the school and start my education rather than just waste my one more semester. So I come here and they accepted my SAT score for writing and math because I did good in both of these, but not the reading part. So again, I had to take the reading here part.
Okay.
And I did not do good again in the part. And then I have to do the last level of the reading class.
Okay, so you did a reading development class.
Yeah, the last level. Yeah.
So obviously that you did well because you did really well here at Broward. Were you kind of happy to be coming to Broward, or were you kind of disappointed to be coming to Broward?
In the beginning, I was not. Of course, I really wanted to go to University of Miami in the beginning, but my parents did not have enough money to send me to University of Miami. That's really expensive.
Sure, absolutely.
So I was applying to FIU and other stuff, but even then, I did not want to go there. And when I did not get accepted, Broward College was the only hope for me. So when I was coming in the beginning, I was not very happy, but when I started meeting people, professors, and all that kind of stuff, and the way they kind of change me around, because I think I grow here more than I would have been in any other university because it was very big. I think I would get lost if I would just go there because I was a completely different person when I arrived from Dubai to America. Like, did not talk to anybody, a shy person who doesn't want to do anything except study. But here I kind of get changing myself in that part that I study, work, and at the same time participate in different activities on campus. So after that, I was happy after a semester when I start finishing my reading sections and then I start getting into the actual stuff. I become very happy. I was like, no, the Broward College was a good decision for me to do.
Wonderful. Well, we're very happy to have you here. We're going to get, those people who are listening, we're going to get into Annie's academics soon enough. I'm just going to give you a little foreshadowing. Her academics are outstanding and her story is amazing. So if you're thinking about tuning out, don't, because it's good right now. It's going to get better. So you're here at Broward. And you took the PERT and you took the reading stuff, and that obviously people don't like doing these kind of things because it doesn't really count towards degree. But you did them, you got through it, and you took mostly science classes. I'm thinking because I know Annie took organic chemistry with me, organic 1 and 2 and the lab. Got A's in all 4. I think you got 100 in organic 2. I think.
Yeah.
I think you got 100%, which is amazing. Okay, so here we go. What was your first science class at Broward?
Bio 1.
And what did you think about
Gen Chem 1 and Bio Chem 1.
Who'd you have?
Carabelli for
Marcel
Bio 1. Yeah, and Professor Pardien for Gen Chem 1.
For Gen Chem 1, Dr. Pardien. And what did you think when you first met those two individuals? They're both really amazing professors.
Yeah, I like Dr. Pardien a lot because the way he explained my professor at high school, she explained chemistry very well. I would not have been able to lie about that part, but she did not put a lot of effort to explain every single stuff. So some of the part I would say I was just going through it. I did not have idea why I'm doing it. But Professor Pardien, he kind of explained about it. So I like that part a lot. Biology, I think that was kind of okay because I studied that stuff at my high school as well. So it helped me. But at the same time, Professor Carey was very good because whenever I have trouble, whenever I need something, I go talk to her and she's approachable, so I like that part.
Oh, sure. She's really, really, really nice. So is Dr. Pardien. Yeah. Now, when you did bio, I know Dr. Carabelli likes to take her students to the fern forest.
To the what?
To the fern forest, the park that's down on Lyons.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, you didn't do it? Oh, maybe it could be a different bio class she does that for. But I know she takes some of her students down there and they go traipsing around in the mud in the fern forest.
Yeah, but no, not for us.
You've never been to the fern forest?
No.
Oh,
I think that's for a plant. When she's dealing with the plant class, I don't know. I took Bio 1.
Yeah, it may not be the Bio 1 class, so that class will be huge. It could be maybe Bio 2 or maybe something else she teaches. But if you haven't been to the Fern Forest, and this is for everyone listening who lives in the area, it's on Lyons and Atlantic. And it's just south of Atlantic on the right-hand side or on the east side. It's free. It's open to the public. And there's trails. There's a boardwalk that walks around this habitat, and then there's a dirt trail and stuff, and then there's a muddier trail. It's more, shall we say, rustic. And it's an amazing park, especially for free. And you can go there and walk around, and it's just a really nice experience, especially if you want to get away from the city. You know, I mean, it's in the middle of the city, but it's quieter, and you can still hear traffic, of course. But there's armadillos and all kinds of stuff in there. It's really an amazing place. My wife and I go all the time. We see turtles and tortoises, and it's nice. It's just nice. But anyway, I digress. So Dr. Martin and Dr. Carabelli, and you had a good experience there. I'm sure you got A's in both of those classes. Yeah. So, and then you took lab. What do you think about lab?
I like lab as well a lot. I'm gonna say bio lab. I did not like it, or maybe I love chemistry from the beginning. So I love chemistry a lot. And then when I was taking the chem lab with Dr. Perdian, that was perfect. I took lab 1 with somebody else. I forgot the name. Okay. But I did not enjoy a lot.
Well, chemistry lab bio lab can be daunting. It's hard. Yeah. Biology is hard. I always thought.
Because it was a lot of reading and a lot of stuff. But chem, I think it's more interesting in that way that you have to read, but not a lot. Mm-hmm. If you look at the structure and all that kind of stuff, you understand it and you just go for it.
Right.
Biology is a very intense reading.
Yes, a lot of memorization, a lot of reading, and very interesting, but it's just a lot, which is why I gravitated to chemistry, because chemistry was a lot of concepts.
Yeah.
And once you know the concepts, everything else is kind of easy.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I like chemistry though.
But that's because we think that way. Other people think, chemistry is so hard, we'll take biology, it's easier. So this depends obviously on the person.
That's true, yeah.
So here you are, Annie, on campus, studying hard, working hard, doing your science program, and you are about to graduate. And you know you want to go out and get a scholarship. And you know you're going to qualify for some of them at least, right? So now, you apply for the big one. The Jack Kent Cook Scholarship, the big scholarship, the one that nobody gets or very few people get.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to get it?
No, I did not, because the people who were semifinalists with me, they were very competitive. They did a lot of stuff. They were good at leadership skills and all that kind of stuff. They had academic. I was like, okay, with the academic, I will be fine because I had a good GPA. But with the different activities that they required from me, I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to get it. Their future plans were way more higher than I had it. So I was like, I don't know, I'll just apply. And my sister, she was a semifinalist with me. And she's like, I think she's more motivating and she's more like person. I thought that she's gonna get it because everybody was thinking that just one of us would get it. And I thought that she's gonna be the one getting it. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting it or not. So I did not believe that I'm gonna get the scholarship.
So you sent your application. Tell us about the application process.
So I think before that application, you have to start. I started for that process from my first semester, because when I get here, I heard about the Jack and Cook, that somebody got a Jack and Cook scholarship at the University of Miami, and at that time I was Jared and Malak, and I talked to them like, what is that about Jack and Cook scholarship? Because I was when they said they are going to University of Miami, I'm like, okay, wow, I want to know how they're getting this scholarship because that's what I want to do it. So the first semester, I talked to them when I was taking my reading classes, and they were like, okay, yeah, this is what we did. You have to do a lot of activities because the scholarship process, you have to put your leadership skill, you have to put your academic, you have to put your extracurricular activities as well. It's not your academics and your future goals, right? So I started working towards it from the second semester, because I couldn't do from the first semester because I couldn't participate in the clubs that I wanted to, like Phi Theta Kappa and Honor Society, because you have to have a GPA. So from the first semester, I started getting involved with them. I was not a member, but I was just involved. I was doing a lot of extracurricular activities, volunteering, and also if they need some help in making flyers or something, I'll do with them, and like a fundraising event. And then I become a officer of Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. And from there onward, I just started doing my more leadership. I started developing myself for more leadership skills, and I did college project for 2017 for Broward College and submitted to the PTK as well. And when the time came to apply for the scholarship, I put all those stuff. That's what I did the whole term, and what I want to do in my future, and then how this scholarship will help me to achieve my goals. So that's how I think that was a process for me.
So you were a year and a half working on applying to a scholarship.
Yeah.
It's a big scholarship, so it's definitely worth the effort.
Yeah.
So you applied. You spent basically your whole career at Broward preparing for that moment of getting the scholarship. Now, you knew with your academics, or you should have known. Maybe you're too modest to believe this in yourself, but you were going to get some kind of scholarship somewhere.
Yeah,
I pretty much guaranteed
that I'm gonna, because I was nominated for Florida academic team from Broward College from North Campus, so I believe that I'm gonna get the scholarship anywhere I want to go to state university.
Sure.
So I was fine with that, but I know that I'm not gonna get a scholarship to any private universities.
Right. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
So the time came, and the awards are coming up, and people are starting to get nervous.
Yeah.
On the run up to the day you were told about the scholarship, whether you got it or not, what were you thinking? Were you even thinking about it, or were you just trying to put it out of your mind?
No, I was not thinking, because at that time I was studying for organic chemistry.
We distract a lot of people.
So I was like, okay, whatever, if I'm gonna get it or not. But when I received a call from Honors College, and they told me, I thought, okay, they're mistaken, because a lot of time they mistake between me and my sister. And I was like, are you sure that's Annie Amine or that's Sana Amine? They were like, okay, we're gonna check it. And then they were like, no, that's you. That's Annie Amine who's getting it.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, sure. Like, because at that time I was not sure about it. And but I got kind of like, I believe it after, like, I think after 2 days I was like, okay, I'm getting the scholarship, when I start getting the email from JKC that I am a scholar.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So when you got the call, and keep talking, I'm just going to monitor the sound. When you got the call, what were your thoughts? What was the initial thought that went through your head? Besides thinking it was your sister.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why they called me. So I was in Tennessee at that time.
Keep talking.
So I was in Tennessee at that time for the PTK for the PTK National Conference, and I was inside the gala award, right? So they called me, and they called my sister, because I have a bad habit of never picking up my calls. So they called my sister, and my sister's like, okay, go outside and talk.
Okay.
And when I talked to them, and they were like, oh, you got the scholarship. I'm like, are you sure it's that me I got the scholarship? Then they were like, yeah, you were the one who got the scholarship. So at that time I was not thinking, because I was busy studying. First, I was studying for organic chemistry. After that, I went for the gala award. So I did not even think about it. But I was receiving the email from Professor Liner messages that I have to come here. But I was at Tennessee, so I was like, I cannot do it. They called me when I was in Tennessee Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were away.
Yeah, I was away. I was not here, because they called me to come to the campus, and I was like, I'm not here. So they were like, okay,
I can't come. I'm away. That's interesting. So you were pretty excited then, I think.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. You
were probably, well, there had to be some mixed emotions, I'm thinking, though, because your sister, who you're very close to, also applied, but didn't get it.
Yeah, in the beginning, I got very excited, but then I asked about my sister to them, and they were like, no, sorry, she didn't receive the scholarship. And I was like, really? But I couldn't tell her that she did not receive it, and I'm the one who received it. But afterward, I told her, and then I think she was very good with it. She was like, okay, whatever. You receive it, you deserve it better than me, because you're going to be going to the medical school, and you need more than I do, because they pay for your medical school as well.
Well, let's get into that, because a lot of folks probably don't know that the Jack Can't Cook is not just the continuation of your 4 degree to graduation. It's actually all the way to graduate school.
Yeah, you have to apply again. Yeah, you just for that, what they look at, that you have to have a good GPA, and you have to be as active as you were in your state college, and then you apply to the scholarship, and then you get it, because a lot of scholars, even at the University of Miami, they receive the scholarship for their graduate school. Right,
for sure. So that's still your goal, is medical school down.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible. So was that what you wanted to do when you were young, or is that something that's kind of developed?
No, I think I always wanted to do. I remember I told my parents when I was 7 that I want to become a doctor and a cardiologist. At that time, nobody believed me. They were like, okay, yeah, she's just.
That's very specific for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, because they were like, she's just making it up. She doesn't want to do it.
Well, you're 7.
Yeah, so nobody believed me. And then, or then in high school, when you're about to get into the 9th standard, right? You have to take the aptitude test if you want to, so that they can place you in a science field or the economic or the humanities field, right? So I was always wanted to go to science field, and my parents and mom, I don't think so they knew that at that time, but I took the aptitude test, I passed it, and they were like, yeah, you can go for science field. And my dad is like, what do you want to do in science field? And I was like, I want to go to medical school. And my mom was like, you were sure about that? I'm like, yeah, I was always sure. You guys did not pay attention.
Well, that's incredible though, but I have to ask, because at 7 years old, why would you even think of cardiology?
I don't know. I think the only part was that I read about the cardiac cycle, and how it works and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of motivated me a lot. I was like, wow, this is really cool how it works and all that kind of stuff. So I started to read more about the heart and about the different organs kind of stuff. I think that was the only kind of reading I used to do, because other than that, I never read anything else.
At 7.
Like, not that intense, but like...
No, I understand, but you're still at 7.
Yeah, but so I started reading about the heart a lot.
Wow.
And I was incredible. Like, okay, Mom, I want to become... I did not know that you become a cardiologist. You call yourself a cardiologist, but I was like, I want to become a heart specialist. That's what I used to say.
No, I know. I assumed that you didn't say cardiologist to some, but you never know.
I was like, I want to become a heart specialist. I want to become a heart specialist. I think when I got into the 12 years old, my professor, when I told one of the teacher that I want to become a heart specialist, she was like, that's cardiologist. And then she started to tell me more about it, and she gave me the book, the anatomy book as well. And then I did not read it, I'm not going to lie, because that was very intense. I couldn't understand a single step what they were talking about.
Sure.
But when I was about to get into the ninth standard, we have to take the test. So I passed the test, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the science field. And then once you graduate from 10th, you have to choose the specific science field from the 10th standard. Like, after graduating from the 8th class, before entering into the 9th, you have to take the aptitude test.
This is in Dubai?
In Dubai.
Okay, and it's called a what test?
Aptitude test.
Oh, okay, aptitude test.
Yeah.
But you had another name for it.
No, aptitude test.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No, so you have to take the aptitude test.
Okay.
I took the aptitude test, I passed it,
Sure.
and they were like, okay, you can go into the science field for the 9 and 10. Now, after you pass your 10 board exam, they will take the again test that if you want to go to the which field of the science you want to go, because like how you have a pre-engineering, pre-med, all that kind of stuff. And I chose to be the pre-med. So if you're choosing the pre-med, they don't just put you in the pre-med. You have to take the test again. If you go for pre-engineering and something else, they were like, okay, go for it, no problem. But for pre-med, you have to take the test again. So I took the test again before going to 11, and I was like, okay, I'm fine. I passed the test, and they were like, okay, you can continue for 11 and 12 now. And after that, I had to take the MCAT if I want to go to medical school. But I came here.
Right. So here you are. You've got the scholarship. You know you're going to the University of Miami because that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
And here comes graduation.
Yeah.
And you go to graduation knowing that you're, well, let's say you're one of the smartest people in the room, right? You won't say it. You're too nice, but you have one of the best scholarships that are offered to Broward students, probably the best scholarship that Broward students can get. And you're graduating, and your sister's, I think your sister graduated at the same time.
Yeah. And
you're walking across the stage, and you get your diploma. What's your thoughts?
I'm not going to lie, I was more scared because I was like, now I'm going to go to University of Miami. I don't know how my grades going to affect and how I'm going to do in there, because I know I did good at there. But I think the part of which is that my sister was with me at that time. So I was like, okay, as I mentioned, I was a shy person. I was never want to do anything. But my sister, I think she was a motivated person. She was always like, do that and do this, and you have to get the scholarship and all that kind of stuff. So she was the real motivation for me to do best. And then I think the competition between twin sister, that kind of make me do better at everything. So I think at that time when I was going, I was more scared because I was like, now I have to go to University of Miami. It's so big. I have to make new friends. I have to start from the beginning. So I was scared. But at the same time, I was happy that I at least completed one step. And then I'm going to go move towards the second step now.
Well, that's a good topic. Let's talk about that. Because moving from Broward, even though Broward as a whole is quite large, 60,000 students, the North Campus is quite small.
Yeah.
North Campus is very kind of an intimate little campus, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you're going to go from a small campus, Broward College, with 40 students, pretty much maximum per class, heading down to the big school in Miami, in a bigger city.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah.
No family, no friends. I mean, you might have known some students who also went to Miami.
Yeah.
You're thrown into a dorm. You went to the dorms, right?
Yeah, I was in the dorm.
You're thrown into a dorm. You've never lived in a dorm before. You've never lived away from home before. And you don't even know this person. And what are your thoughts? Here you are.
First semester was very hard.
Well, let's not even do first semester. Let's do first day.
First day, I think we had a orientation. Like in Miami, or what happened is that the school started 1 week before. So basically 1 week you're not doing anything. It's just you're just chilling, making new friends and all that kind of stuff. But I would say I was like, I was not very active in that section, so I did not meet a lot of people. I think the whole time I was in my room, so which is a bad part I did. But the first day the school started, the first day of classes started.
Well, let's go back to what in your first week.
Yeah, it was an orientation.
Because I want to hear what your thoughts were. I'm interested in what you're thinking, and I want you to kind of maybe tell other people who may be following in your footsteps who are also kind of shy and maybe a little bit reserved, what they should do differently, what you found was useful.
I would say just go to orientation. If you're going to such a big school, go to orientation, make friends, get the number from them so that at least you can talk to them. If you're living in a dorm, it's a good part of it. And don't just say it, go to a festival that have it, because in the University of Miami, they have Cane Fest, like in which they have shows and then they have musical shows and all that kind of stuff. I did not go to that part because I was like, no, that's boring. I don't want to go. I don't have friends. But that was a place to make friends. Mm-hmm. And I did not go. So I would say go to any kind of event that would happen the first week, because that kind of give you that will help you to make friends. So
sure. Well, that's one of the biggest things, especially if you're going to be by yourself, is to meet other people who are by themselves and maybe meet lifelong friends.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you recovered from that.
Yep.
So now, you probably have more friends than you care to have, right? So now you're at orientation. Orientation's over. Boom. First day of classes. What's the first class you have?
I had anatomy class, medical physiology class.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many students were in the class?
I think there were 30 students.
Oh, that's not bad. What's the third level course, right? Level 3? So 30 students. Were you intimidated?
I was not with the medical physiology class because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because I like medical physiology. So I was not intimidated in that class, but I was very scared when I was about to take my intro to engineering class. I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do in that class.
Tell us about that.
So that was intro to engineering. I took all the science classes, and in my life ever before, I never did any kind of engineering course. All biology, chemistry, that's it. So over there, they mostly deal with the engineering concept, like making and then writing reports, using different software like AutoCAD, and then you use MATLAB and C++, and I had no idea about it. And people were very good. Like, they were good at every single stuff. And then we had to do the group project and all that kind of stuff. And that was a class I had to struggle a lot because I had no idea where I'm going in the class. And when I started, since I was very sad, the part that my sister is not with me, I was lacking behind. I was not doing a lot of stuff together, and I was not getting on the top of everything, which moved me behind, and that's because of the reason I did not do very well in the first task. Mm-hmm. But after that, I think I got used to the environment, and I got used to it that I have to stay alone here, I have to make my own friends and all that kind of stuff. I accept that part, I would say. And then I start working towards my classes, and I start working towards my other classes as well. And I started to get good grades. So I think that makes me happy, because the first time I got my C, I was really devastated. I'm like, what? And my first C in my life.
Yeah, that would be a lot to take, especially if you've never experienced that.
Yeah.
So let's take a little tangent then. So you're at U of M, and for those of you who are just meeting Annie for the first time today, Annie has a twin sister named Senna. They look pretty much the same. Are you guys identical twins?
No, we're fraternal.
Fraternal? So can you explain to us what that means?
Fraternal means like when you have two different eggs that get fertilized.
Okay.
And identical, it's like there's one egg, but it's like it's a part of the cell get distributed and start reproducing on its own.
Okay.
I would say. Okay,
so you're not identical, but you guys do look very much alike.
Yeah.
But once you get to know you guys, you can sort of tell you two apart. It's not easy. Mm-hmm. One time, Senna fooled me, said she was you.
Yeah, I remember.
And she never lived that down. So you have a twin sister, and you guys are very close. Every time I would see you, if it wasn't in class, you guys were always together.
Yeah.
So you guys are very close. Obviously, you were born together, and you lived together for your whole life. Mm-hmm. What was it like knowing that you were going to have to leave? You're going to have, because Senna, Annie's sister, went to Florida International University.
Yeah.
She got a full ride there.
Yeah.
So even though she didn't get the Jack Can't Cook, she still did okay. Mm-hmm. And she still did really well for herself. But now you've lived with this woman, your sister, you've born with her, grew up with her, love her dearly, I'm sure, and you know what's coming, the day is coming. You're going to have to separate for the first time in your life. Now, I have a sister, but not a twin sister, so leaving my sister behind wasn't a big deal for me. For you, could you give us an idea of what you were feeling?
It was really bad, I would say. I think I was missing my sister more than I was missing my mom and dad. So that was really bad. And the bonding we share, and then even like if I'm having hard time, and the way she motivated me, even she was next to me, was missing in my life. So that was a big part, and I did not. That was the first semester that like I thought was horrible for me because of that reason that she was not here with me. Here we were taking different classes, but after that, as you said, we were together. And at home we were together, but after that, when we went to universities, we got completely separated. We hardly get time to talk to each other because she's busy in her own life, and then I was busy getting good grades at the University of Miami. So I was very sad at that part. Even when I was start moving my stuff, when I was taking out my stuff from my home, and even she was taking out her stuff, moving towards the dorm, we both were cried a lot. We were like, we don't want to leave.
Sure, it's got to be really hard.
Yeah.
So, and you finally left each other. For the first time.
That's true.
That's a very big experience.
Yeah.
And you still scored C's in your exams. That's actually quite good because of the I'm just going to say because of the emotional turmoil you're going through. Yeah. Both of you, I'm sure, had a adaptation period where you had to just accept that this is how life is at this point. But you're both happy. Yeah. And just because you're separate doesn't mean you don't love each other, don't care about each other, right? So I mean, you can always. And I'm sure holidays and things, you guys come back together just like old times, right? Yeah. But I have a feeling that when school's over, I have a feeling there'll be one house bought beside the other. Or at least the same street.
That's our plan. In the same house. We can. I remember saying, I was like, we will get the same house, and then we're gonna stay together in that house. Like, but that one part is yours and one part is mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can just like share our whole house together for the whole life. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Well, when you're both rich and famous, you could buy a huge apartment building, and you could have half the apartment since you could have the other half, and there you go. See, that's actually not that uncommon in my part of Canada. A lot of people did that. They would have called a duplex, where one part of the house would belong to one family and one belonged to the other. And a lot of times, people would move their elderly parents into the other side, so the parents could still have their independence, but they could take care of them if they needed them. So there you go. You could do something like that. Yeah, build a huge mansion. A mirror image of itself on the other side and put a gate.
That's our plan.
And then you can share the pool. And then they can make Santa pay for it. So that's pretty cool. So not cool, but I do think that you guys are going to come back together.
Yeah, definitely. That's our plan.
Well, what do you think? Do you think there'll ever be a time, though, when you are in a different state than your sister? Or do you just think that'll never happen because you won't let it happen?
I really wish that does never happen because I really don't want to go away, like a state, because we were in the same city and like it was hard for me to stay away from her. Mm-hmm. If it's different state, that means she's busy in her own life and we will hardly see each other. But over there, like still we will see each other once a month, once a week. Mm-hmm. But if she goes to a different state, that's me. We're not like maybe 6 months.
Right. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. So you guys see each other about once a week now?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
But yeah, I really hope that never happened, that we're in different states.
Well, I hope not too. Yeah. You'll have to make sure it doesn't happen. Well, if you're going to be an MD, that's very portable. You can move anywhere you want.
Yeah, that's true.
For the most part, anywhere you want. Okay, so you're at Miami now, and you're taking classes. What do you think now?
After that, I was kind of good. I started building up my confidence back to where it was. Like I was like, okay, now I did good at Broward College. I have to do good here as well. Start getting good grades. Start doing good at my projects and everything. So the first semester started very bad, but they ended very well as well.
Mm-hmm. So you have all A's again?
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice job.
But yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? It can't be perfect, So you're doing well. Okay. So besides academics, what's Annie up to at the U of M?
Last semester, first semester I was not very active, but now I start getting active in robotic club, and then I start getting active in a BME. I'm now a secretary of Biomedical Engineering Society, and I'm also in the research. I do research with one of my professor. He is doing organs on chip. So basically, he mimics the organ on chip and to study how different drugs can affect the organ or the organ of a different person. Mm-hmm. And mostly his is like more like a heart on chip, on chip, which is kind of like I really like studying about it. So I was like, okay, I want to do it. So I'm in that part, and
so you're doing undergraduate research.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing undergrad research, and then I'm active in just that club, and that's it.
So tell us about your undergraduate research.
Right now, last semester, I was in a shadowing period. Like, that's mean I was reading a lot of literature paper to understand what they were doing and understand how they do the cell culture. Because I have to know how to grow the cell and all that kind of stuff so that I can help them and how to work in the lab. So I was just doing that. But over the summer, I got my own project. But the thing is, I was studying for MCAT, so I was like, no, I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to continue my project in fall now.
Okay. So how do you like research? I mean, you did a little bit of shadowing. You haven't actually done anything yet, but...
Yeah, I like research. Like, in the beginning, I was not enjoying a lot because the only thing I was doing is looking at the people. That's it. But at the end, when I started getting involved, like setting up the pH titration and all kind of stuff, I started enjoying that part. And also when they deal with the nanotechnology, like making a nano part of stuff, like growing cells and all that kind of stuff, and also like making chips and programming them was kind of fun. So I was like, so I enjoyed afterward a lot.
So what's the goal of the research?
For me, I have, they're kind of trying to understand how different organs react differently with the drugs. So that's what my professor is studying. But my project was to grow a podocyte cell for the person, for the PhD student, and to see how they react, like how they react to different stuff, right? And the other part was for the PhD student, because that's a PhD student study. That's not my study, but I'm just helping him.
Sure. So how do you like growing cells? Or have you tried your hand?
No, I haven't tried it. I just looked at it. I haven't tried it. I just saw them how they did it because they want me to learn it so that I don't mess up anything, because it's like, if I contaminate it, that's me. I'm done. Right. So they want me to learn it, and then I was about to start summer, but I'm going to do it now in fall.
So you're doing undergrad research, but I want to get away from the academics. I want to hear what social Annie's up to.
I think I have made more friends, and but the thing is, my friends are like nerd as well. They're more They're engineers, and then they're pre-med students.
Excuse me, we're not nerds. We're cool, hip hop happening people.
Yeah, but I'm trying to become ambassador for College of Engineering. So like a person who gives tour for the college and then all the kind of stuff. So I want to do that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that. But besides academic and involving on campus, I don't think so. I did much. I think I just attend a few festivals, I would say, when they were on campus.
What kind of festivals?
It was what says homecoming. Like it was in fall, so I attended that, but not a lot. Like a few morning shows they had it, and then at the end of the semester they start having like a stress release week when student they have a different activities for students. So I went for a few amount of time, not a lot of time, like maybe 2 or 3 hours. That's it.
That's a good amount of time. So what would you tell someone in a similar situation to you, going to the University of Miami? What would you recommend that they get involved with? Or what is something that you want to get involved with in the coming year?
With the coming year, I would say I want to get involved more in different clubs, just besides just robotic clubs or engineering clubs. That's why I want to do like a student government or ambassador, so that I can go away from the engineering part and pre-med part. So that's what my plan is to do. And I would say, like, over there, the school, the curriculum is a little bit hard. And to make an A is a little bit harder. So I think you have to study as well.
Oh, sure.
So, like, I'm kind of trying to managing it. At the same time, I'm trying to shadow it and research. So I'll see how it works out.
Good. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're doing really well there. So you're happy there?
Yeah, I'm really happy now.
So, but you're only a year away, though. Another year and you're gone.
2020. Because I have to cover a lot of biomed programs because I didn't do it. In the beginning, when I told you I changed it, I was biochem, and then I changed to the biomedical engineering. So I'm going to be graduating in spring 2020.
So a year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half from now. Okay. And then medical school.
Yeah, if I do good.
So do you want to stay at U of M for medical school?
Yes, but I also want to apply to Columbia University because I really want to go there. But I'll see how I do in MCAT because I don't know how I'm going to do it in MCAT. I'm
sure you'll do fine. I think you'll do really well. You're not confident?
I'm confident, but at the same time, I don't know.
You're very humble. You're very humble. Very good for. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Being humble and extremely intelligent is a good combination because that way people can talk to you and approach you and not be intimidated by you. But then you're smart enough. You can solve very complicated problems, which is a good thing, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassing you now. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm embarrassing you. So, here you are. You're back at Broward.
Yep.
Has anything changed?
I don't think so.
No? You didn't notice our new chessboard out here?
Oh, okay. That part. Okay. Yeah, that part it changed structure.
Well, we have a new chessboard and a canopy. It's great. It's really actually really nice. They did a really nice job there. Remember where that chessboard was used to be basically a mud pit?
Yeah,
now it's really nice and there's some nice shade for people to sit under. It's actually quite nice out there now.
Yeah, and I saw some of the students, they were playing as well.
Yeah, people use it all the time. And sometimes they bring out table tennis, and the students play table tennis beside the chessboard. It's actually, the student life is doing a lot. They're trying really hard to improve the student life here.
Nice,
yeah. It is nice. It's actually give it more of a campus feel,
Yeah.
Competing with Central, trying to get what Central has. So would you say, as a person who survived Broward College and has gone on to arguably one of the best universities in the country, do you think Broward has prepared you for what you experienced there?
Yeah, I would say. Because writing lab reports, even writing papers and all that kind of stuff, because I was an honors, so we have to do the papers. We have to do the honors project. And I think that helped me to do a lot of project over there as well, writing it out, and also studying for the different classes at the same time, because here I was in the honors classes at the same time I was in on-campus activities. So doing a lot of stuff together, and I was taking a lot of classes together as well. So it kind of prepared me, I would say. And the stuff I learned from my professor, I think that was valuable. I still use my notes. I think when I was studying for biochem, I used your notes.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Phew. So you think we do okay? Because it's always good. It's always good to hear from students.
I think Broward College is great. That was coming here was a good step for me, because otherwise I don't think so I would be in University of Miami. Because if I would just go to FIU, I would not be in University of Miami.
Sure.
I think that was a big good decision, and confident that I get, because I was never a person. I think it's because of my professor. They saw that potential. They were always like, no, do it. You're gonna do good. Don't worry about it. Go do the speech in front of people. You'll be fine. And even if I do horrible, they were like, no, you did perfect. And I was like, that was perfect.
Sure, as long as you tried.
So that was the motivation I get. I think professor over there at the University of Miami are very nice, but the touch that I got from here, like the one-to-one interaction, is more here than I experienced there. Because over there, I just have it with one professor who always guide me to do what to do, where to go, where to find something. So I like that part as well.
So you're happy with your decision, even though we were second?
I'm really happy. Like, literally, when I was graduating, I was like, that was the best decision to come here, so that I can go to university.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? Medical school, Columbia, maybe stay at the U of M. Yeah. In your personal life, what's next? What do you hope to accomplish on a non-academic personal level? Write the next great novel? Write poetry? No? Be an actor? No, nothing like that. Well, you're definitely. I can honestly say that you definitely changed. You're more outgoing now. You talk a lot more, which is good.
Yeah,
it's good. I like hearing what you have to say. When I first met you were very reserved, very shy. Yeah, and that was fine too.
I think I was like that, but now I think it's also the Broward College, and that I changed more when it moved from Broward College to University of Miami.
Sure. Yeah, you don't have a choice to be shy. When you're on your own, you have to be more outgoing.
Yeah, I saw that, because when I was here, if I want something, I would be like to my sister, Sana, can you go ask somebody to do that? And she was like, okay, I'll do it.
Sure.
And over there, I'm like, okay, now it's me. I have to go and talk to people.
Right. But then you kind of realize that most people are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet a few jerks, but not often. Yep. So that's good. So, here we are, talking. It's Ramadan. Why don't you tell our viewers who may not know what Ramadan is? What is Ramadan?
So basically, it's our holy month. We fast during that day. So we stop eating from the sunrise. Like I stop eating from 5:20 in the morning, and I eat again after the sunset, like around 8:05 or 8:04. So we don't drink, and we try to also avoid to any kind of the activities that is not good, like lying or like harming other people or getting angry at the people, because that's not you're supposed to do when you're fasting. You're supposed to be like humble, and you're supposed to be like doing your work, not just sleeping at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to do. Yeah.
I'm sure you're doing fine with the lying part, right? Okay. So what is it a celebration of? Or what is it recognizing?
It's kind of recognizing, like, to know that how people who does not have food to eat feel. So we kind of have that kind of humanity in us, and then we don't get. I think that's the part that help us to develop that part of our humanity, and not to get too greedy and not to be like a very wild person. Mm. I think that's the reason for Ramadan, so that you can understand other people troubleness as well. You can see from others' point of view that how they feel when they don't have food, and you just don't judge directly to them that they don't want to work and they don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. So that's the part. And then I think the second is like you pray, and then you try to avoid from the bad stuff. So like how you do one thing for 21 days, it becomes a habit. Mm-hmm. So it also to develop a good habit in you. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So at the end of Ramadan, there's a big celebration, and that's called Eid. I'm not quizzing you, by the way. I know that you know these answers. I guess I'm saying I'm setting them up for you to hit them out of the park,
Yeah, it's Eid al-Fitr, yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Eid al-Fitr.
Okay, and what is that? Does that translate into something?
I don't know if it's translated into something or not. I'm not going to lie. I don't know.
You could just say big Muslim feast. Basically, it's a big feast, right?
Yeah, but it's also like the celebration that we accomplish after fasting for 30 days without cheating or anything.
Sure.
So it's kind of the celebration for that day.
And basically, families come together. It's a big holiday. Is it the biggest Muslim holiday? Would you think?
I don't think so, because it is one of the biggest. It is one of the biggest, but the second biggest would be the Eid al-Adha, which is going to be in July or August.
What's it called again?
It's the last month of Ramadan, in which the Muslims go to Saudi to perform the pilgrimage, like Hajj.
The Hajj, yeah.
Yeah. So after the 10 days of Hajj, we also do another celebration, which is also one of the biggest holidays. So we have two biggest holidays, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha.
So hold on now. Say them slower so we can hear.
Eid al-Fitr is like it comes after Ramadan, right after Ramadan.
Okay, so Eid al-Fitr is the end of Ramadan.
End of the Ramadan.
Okay, and the other one
Eid al-Adha is the end of the Muslim month.
What's the Muslim month is?
Zil-Hajj.
What's the month? What's the month though?
Month?
Did you say Muslim month?
Yeah, like how we follow the lunar calendar. Mm-hmm. So we also give like how we have January, February, March. We also give the name to each month. So Ramadan is a month. Now the end of the month is Zil-Hajj. Okay. So on the 10th day of Zil-Hajj, we again celebrate the Eid al-Adha. Okay. So in which we kind of like Muslims, they go to perform the pilgrimage like Hajj, who can afford. And we kind of like sacrifice goat or something, any kind of animal. That's
during the Hajj, right? The pilgrimage, right?
Yeah, that during the pilgrimage, and also if you are not going for pilgrimage, if you can afford, you can also sacrifice. Mm-hmm. But not any kind of. It could be like a cow, goat, or something, whatever you want.
Traditionally, it's a goat, right?
Yeah.
Traditionally, I think it's a goat.
Yeah, because in our home we have always done goat, so I kind of remember in that part. And you can also do camel, because in Dubai people used to do camel as well.
Right.
So anything you can eat, you can sacrifice.
Sure.
And then you distribute into the needy people, and also distribute your friends, and keep it some for yourself. And then you kind of like, I think it's for the remembrance of the Prophet Abraham. Okay. Like I don't remember the full story, but he was about to sacrifice his son for the God. So it's for the remembrance in that part. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So have you ever been on the pilgrimage?
No.
Haven't done it yet?
No.
So why don't we pull up, well, since the pilgrimage, I think this is interesting. I think the viewers will find it interesting too. Let's pull up Saudi Arabia, and let's pull up, if you don't mind, let's pull up, because the Hajj is done at Mecca, right?
Yeah, Mecca.
And Mecca is a city in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's pull this up right here. So this is the city of Mecca. Now, Mecca, my understanding of Mecca is it's a large city.
Yeah.
maybe not large, but
I don't know if it's larger in Saudi Arabia or not.
I always thought it was. But I know that Muslims are allowed in certain parts, and non-Muslims aren't allowed in certain parts.
Yeah, I think that would be Mecca. That non-Muslim would not be allowed.
Yeah, I think it's just certain parts of Mecca. I'm not sure. I've never been.
It's certain parts.
I've never been.
You cannot go to that mosque if you're not.
No,
Muslim.
you have to be a Muslim to go to the mosque.
Yeah, you have to be a Muslim to go to the
And
mosque.
I hope I'm not violating anyone's copyrights here. But this is the pilgrimage here.
Yeah.
This is the pilgrimage, and I've never seen this photo before. This is an incredible amount of building going on back here.
Most of them are hotels, I would say.
More than likely to support the pilgrimage, right?
Yeah.
What is there? Millions of people go every year.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
It's because there's people living in tents and all kinds of stuff because there's just no rooms. There's no rooms because there's so many people that just show up. Now, I'm not Muslim, so I'm going to just tell you what I believe is true, and you can tell me what the truth is, okay? Because I'm not trying to speak out of turn here.
No. I know a little bit as well. So
I forget the name of the cube. The black cube. Kaaba, that's right. And this is actually, it's a room. Is this the door to get in? There's a door to get in. Yep. It's a room, right? And it's inlaid, I believe, with marble.
I have no idea about that because nobody has ever seen inside, so I don't know.
Really? No, I think there's pictures of it.
There are a few pictures.
You can correct me. I don't know. I freely admit that I don't know.
I don't know what's inside, but I would say there would be definitely a marble floor.
I think I'm not sure what's in the whole thing, but I believe, and I read this, so it could be completely wrong. I believe they wash it with rose water. I thought I read that.
I thought they wash it with Zamzam.
What's that?
It's a holy water that's in the Saudi.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've heard and read. I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, because it's considered a holy water, so we cannot drink. So I would believe that they would wash it, but I'm not sure about it, so I'm not going to quote that part.
Okay, yeah. I don't know either. We're just trying to learn. But I do know that people, they go out to this area and they circle it.
Yeah.
They circle the cube 6 times? 7 times. Why do the people circle the cube? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm interested in this stuff.
I have no idea. I never asked my parents as well.
It'd be interesting to know, like why, because 7 is obviously symbolic of something.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's obviously a symbolic gesture. And then people, when they're done with this, there's numerous things people do. It's a whole thing, right? There's throwing the stones at the devil too, right?
I think. You go to the different place to throw the stone. It's not here.
No, it's not here. No, you don't throw stones at the Kaaba. There's a different area in Mecca where they throw stones at the devil to keep sin away, type thing. Yeah. Well, there's also a long tunnel you're supposed to walk through.
Yeah, it's called Arafat.
Yeah, you do that. You do that 7 times, maybe too.
I think so. Yes, you would do because that's also for the remembrance of Prophet Ismail's mother. Who run, but we believe that it is written that she runs 7 times around the Arafat points to look for the water.
Oh, okay.
And then when she was doing it, Prophet Ibrahim he kind of he rubbed the ground with his feet, and that's how the Zamzam comes.
Okay. Okay.
And she was able to give him water.
Oh, very interesting.
So Arafat was just I know that Arafat we do 7 times because of that.
Mm-hmm.
To remember, to kind of signify that point. But I don't know about why we circle around the Kaaba 7 times.
Maybe a similar thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It could be. It's very similar. And then there's the sacrifice of the goat, I think, is the last day. I believe it's the last day.
It's the last day, yeah.
And then
after the 10th day of Hajj, you sacrifice, we have Eid. So the first day, you can sacrifice the goat. Right,
right. So this is Mecca. Now let's just go back so people can get an idea. So I think it's always a good idea to know where these things are, because people often say Saudi Arabia and Mecca and all this, and they have no idea where it is. So this is blown out. This is Saudi Arabia. And then there's Riyadh, which Riyadh, I don't want to say, is it the capital of Saudi Arabia?
I would say, I don't know. I think I can always confuse between Riyadh and Jeddah, but I think Riyadh is the capital.
I think Riyadh is too, actually. I don't know for sure. But this is kind of where it's at. So there's Egypt there, of course, and there's Israel's in here somewhere in Iraq. So this is Saudi Arabia. And you used to live over here.
Yeah, Dubai.
Right here, right? So you weren't that far from it when you were growing up. Yeah. So you never just made the trip over?
No. My parents, they went, but never me. No. Because I remember we had to go one time but not for Hajj, but just for Umrah. It's like another way. You just go pay visit to the holy place. But at that time, me and my sister, we were having our board exams.
Oh, okay.
So we were preparing for that, but my parents, they went with my brothers.
So you've been to Mecca?
No, I have never.
Oh,
only my parents.
What was the Umrah?
Umrah, even for Umrah, I didn't go. My parents,
you didn't go. I'm sorry.
My parents, went for Umrah and for Hajj. They went for Hajj when I was not even born, when me and my sister was not even born. So, of course, we cannot go. But after that, they went for Umrah. I think I was around 15 years old when they went for Umrah. But me and my sister, we couldn't go because we had exams at that time.
So, Umrah is also in Mecca? Or
yeah, for Umrah, you also go to Mecca and Medina as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But it's not like a Hajj. It's like we have Sunnah, and Sunnah is like it's not obligated. If you can do it, do it. Otherwise, that's fine. But Hajj is like an obligation. We have to, once in a lifetime, we have to do it. Mm-hmm. So Umrah, whenever if you want to go and if you want to pray to God, you go and do it. Mm-hmm. But Hajj is like the specific month. For Umrah, you can go any month of the Islamic calendar or anytime you want to go. Hajj is like a specific month. We have to go and do it.
Interesting. Oh, I didn't know it. I've never heard of Umrah before. Yeah. Hajj, I've heard of in Mecca and Medina. I've heard of those two cities. Mm-hmm. So where's Medina? Medina's in Saudi Arabia also.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit further.
Oops, hey now, careful. Okay, let's see if we can find it on the map here. This makes for good podcasting. There we go. There's Medina up there. Let's zoom in.
It's really beautiful city as well.
Oops, go the other way. Hey, whoa, slow down now. Careful. All right, this is a picture of Medina. Let's pull that up. There we go. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. That's a mosque.
That's really beautiful. Look, this is kind of interesting. They have the nice shelter here.
Yeah, it's just I think my brother, he was telling me, just to, over there, it's very hot.
Yes, absolutely.
So
keep the sun off you.
Yeah.
That's the way people don't pass out.
Yeah.
This is that a mosque or just
I have no idea about that. I've never been there. That's inside of mosque, I'm sure about that.
Yeah, that's definitely inside of mosque. Got the beautiful carpeting. Is that common for all mosques or just for some mosques?
I think it's common for all mosques. I have seen here as well, but when I was living in Dubai, whenever you go to mosque, you would see those kind of carpets. Mm-hmm.
Look at this. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like architecture. Oops, There we go. Oh, nighttime.
Yep.
I'm sure I'm violating someone's copyright. Sorry about that. What's this? It's a mall. So, do you speak Arabic?
No.
No, not at all?
No. I know a little bit because I had to take Arabic classes over there. In order to graduate from high school, you need to pass the Arabic exam.
Mm-hmm. And so you're not fluent in Arabic? No. But are you fluent in anything but English?
I speak Naiman.
Oh, what's that?
It's kind of a Gujarati dialect, I would say. And I speak
what's
Urdu.
all that? What's the Gujarati dialect?
Gujarati is like a Southeast Asian language.
Interesting.
Yes. So it comes from India as well because my forefathers, my grandfather, great-grandfather, they comes from India.
Oh, is that right?
But with the separation of India, Pakistan, they moved to Pakistan because they were Muslim and all that kind of stuff. So that's how we are Pakistan. But
interesting.
Yeah.
So you speak that and you speak Urdu.
I speak Urdu.
Urdu is that the official language of Pakistan?
Yeah, it's a national language.
The national language of Pakistan. And then you speak English.
Yeah.
So you're fluent in basically 3 languages.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Could you say something to us in Urdu just so we can get a feel for the language?
What do you want me to say?
Could you say something about my name is Annie Amine. It's very nice to be here.
Okay, I'll try. Okay.
Do your best. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
So we don't say hi. We in Muslim we say Assalamu alaikum, and it's like Arabic, but that's how I always say hi. So Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम कृतलन है और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा यहाँ पर आकर. Really,
that sounds really nice. See, look at that. See, perfect. That was perfect. Obviously I don't know. And that was Urdu. That's the Pakistani language.
Yeah.
And the other language you speak is?
It's Maiman.
Maiman.
But it's the dialect of Gujarati.
Does it sound like Urdu? Or is it completely different?
Say no, it's different.
How about you say something in Urdu? Say the same thing in Urdu. Okay. Or Sorry.
Mayman.
Mayman.
Yeah. So I'm gonna again. I said assalamu alaikum. So assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम कुरत है. मैं के बहुत सारे लगी हुई डाची.
Oh, it does sound different. It actually does sound very different.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you're at home, do you speak Mayman to your parents and your family?
Yeah. My daddy is the biggest supporter of conserving our own language because according to him, we can learn any language anywhere, but not Mayman.
That's true.
So he's the one. I think he always say, I'm responsible for you guys to teach my language.
Sure. Hey, there's nothing wrong with learning it. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool language.
Yeah. So we always talk to him.
And you and your sister have a code you can use when other people are around. You know?
That's what we do.
So when you're out and about, being Annie, doing Annie things, what would you say would be your favorite thing to do when you're not studying?
Exercising, I would say.
Really?
I hardly get time to go to gym and exercise, and I really miss that because when I was in Broward College, I used to go every day, and I really like it. But now I hardly get time because I study till 10:30, and then I'm so tired that I want to go to sleep. That's it.
Right.
So yes, the only if I want to do something, then I'll do that. Or if I really get a lot of time, I want to go see places.
You want to travel?
Yeah.
Nice. Where do you want to travel to?
I want to go to Switzerland.
Oh.
Yes, Switzerland. Why? I don't know. I like Genoa a lot.
Genoa, really? What's in Genoa?
I like University of Genoa, and they have a really good program, and their chemistry research is really good. So that's because of the reason that I want to go and see the University of Genoa, and it's not that good.
Oh, that's great! No, it's great.
So I want to go to University of Genoa. I'm going to London in summer after August 4. So my plan is to go to Switzerland and Amsterdam.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's in Amsterdam?
Just to go. Yeah, just to go. But it's not that particular reason. But Genoa, I want to go for that reason.
Just to see the university. I'm a professor, and I wouldn't go see the university.
I know.
Hello.
I know. Because I told my dad, he was like, "Why you want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I want to visit the University of Genoa." He was like, "You just want to go because of that?"
Well, I mean, they have beautiful scenery.
For that, I'm going to Amsterdam. So
Amsterdam they have beautiful scenery there too, for sure.
And then I'm going to London, so I'll see all the Buckingham Palace and all the kind of stuff. So, of course, British Museum, I want to see. Yeah. That'd
be nice. So you're going to Europe, do a little tour. That's interesting. Looking forward to that?
Yes. I'm tired of studying, so I want to go.
Need a little break? So is that like a school-based trip, or is that just you going?
No, I'm just going. It's a family. My brother is getting married there.
So oh, very nice.
He's getting married in London, but me and my sister, we plan to go to other places to see other places as well.
Sure. Yeah. Was this your first time being a sister-in-law?
What?
Is this your first time one of your siblings is getting married?
Yep. So it's my second brother, but when my older sister she was getting married, we were very young. I think we were 2 years old. Time, so I don't know anything. So I think that would be the first wedding for me.
So the next obvious question is, what's a Muslim wedding like?
It's like normal wedding. We do
normal for you because you're Muslim.
For our wedding, I would say it's not more because of the Muslim, also because of the culture as well. Because we comes from Yemen, so we have a different events that we do. So it's like one is henna day, in which like all the girls they combine together, and then they come together, they put henna.
We got to see this. Let's go. Let's talk about henna. Let's look at what henna is so everyone can have a feel for it.
Okay.
Henna. This is it here, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. That's henna. So it's basically temporary ink tattoos.
Yeah.
They're not. They wash off eventually.
Yeah. After a week or something.
What is it? What is it? What dye is it? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
But it's probably from a plant, though. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so. It would be from a plant.
So is it? So you guys, is it mostly on the hands or is it on the face? So it's just the hands.
No, you just do hands, and if you want to do a leg, so like foot, your feet, you can do your feet as well. But I don't like doing feet a lot, so I just go for hands.
Interesting. What's it about? Do you know? Is there a reason for it, or just tradition?
I think it's more like tradition, and also to beautify the hands, I would say, so that it looks good. Other than that, I don't see.
It's interesting. I've seen it before. I knew it was. I thought it was more of an Indian tradition. Is it more of a Muslim tradition?
It's also I don't know if it's a Muslim tradition or not. I would say it comes from culture, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I don't remember completely, but when I used to read the books, like Islamic books, I saw that they used to have the henna as well. Like whenever they have whenever we have some kind of a religious celebration, like Ramadan Eid,
mm-hmm.
we put henna.
Is that right? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so at first I thought that it's just completely culture, but it also has like a Muslim basis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was young and used to read the books, I read that part.
Really? So would you say that henna is more like when there's a formal thing that Muslims do, they do the henna, like weddings and celebrations?
Yeah.
Well, not funerals? Or
no.
Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be gooey here. All right, that's pretty neat. So that's henna. So what else? So it's the wedding, you got the henna.
Henna, and then it's gonna be now the other one is like a culture. So it's like we put so my brother he's gonna be the groom, right? So we kind of put turmeric powder on him so that he look good and all the kind of stuff. So it's another kind of event that we
need to see that. Okay, let's Google like turmeric powder on a groom or something like that. Oh, it has an actual name. Haldi.
I would say Indian wedding I would put because that's most like a culture. It's not like a actual stuff, like a Muslim stuff. So you can go to images.
Oh, good idea.
So that's kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. So these are like, this type of thing here. Where, oops. That's, there we go. So there we go.
So we're going to do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then.
So you'll rub it on his face or his hand or something. You don't like throw it at him.
No.
Like a mist of turmeric in the air. No. The poor man will choke.
No, but that's culture. It's not Muslim culture. It's not Muslim. It comes from the religion or something.
So they do it for the women too.
Yeah, they do for both.
Oh, okay. So it's more like you rub it on their face,
so that they look good. Yeah.
Oh, it's for appearance.
To beautify, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would say.
So they leave it on the whole time, or do they?
I think for a limited amount of period, and then they take it out. Maybe 20 minutes. I would say. I don't know. I'm going to see the first time.
Well, I'm fascinated.
Because I would say 20 minutes would be enough.
Interesting. That's fascinating. I did not know that. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, and then we have nikah, which is like a marriage day.
Here we go. Wait a minute now. Don't be Annie. You're hitting me with all this interesting stuff here. I think the viewers are really going to enjoy this. At least I know I am. Here we go.
So it's again like this kind of stuff. It's like Muslim Muslim marriage. It's called nikah.
Right? So marriage is called nikah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that, and after that we have reception.
So would this be, or is this Indian? This looks Muslim.
Yeah, this is Muslim.
Okay, so here's just the bride over here. Is this what you kind of expect? Is this what representative of what you think you're going to see, or not at all?
I don't think so.
No, let's get out of here.
It's going to be just like they're going to come together and sign it. That's it, sign the paper. And also they would do a dua kind of thing. So.
Hey, hold on now. So let's type in that word.
No, but that's. I don't think so. You can look at. It's like saying a prayer. It's just saying a prayer. So they would say, and then they would accept that they would agree each other to be husband and wife.
So
like how Christians would
kind of like vows.
Yeah.
So like I promise.
Yeah.
This is what I will do.
No, not promise kind of stuff. Like they will be asking, you wanna be get married to that girl, and you wanna be getting married to that guy, and they would accept each other, and then they would do the sign.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they have same idea. Yeah. Interesting. What's this say?
Just nikah. Just married, yeah.
That's funny. That's cool. I like that. All right. So, and then I'm interested in this. I'm truly interested in this. This is really,
then after that
really
we have
cool.
Reception.
All right. That's what we need to talk about, because that's where at Christian weddings, that's when the fun happens. Like, because I mean, I barely went to my own wedding. I don't really enjoy weddings or funerals, so I usually don't go. Sometimes I do. I went to my own. We had Italian food. That's what got me there. Just kidding, honey. Just kidding. So you go to the marriage. Is the marriage usually held in the morning, afternoon, or evening, or just any time?
I think any time. But the reception, we are just keeping it at night for no reason.
Right. That's how it fell.
Yeah.
So after the wedding, traditionally that's when the reception will be. So everyone goes to the reception hall.
Yeah.
And then everyone gathers around to the tables, and what happens? You don't get chicken? Because what we usually eat is chicken.
Yeah. I don't think so. We get chicken because we have different Pakistani food that we're gonna have.
Nice.
So sweets, Pakistani foods, and we're gonna come with each other. We'll get pictures and all that kind of stuff.
So is the reception is it a full dinner, like a banquet? Yeah. Oh, it's very nice. So like 3 or 4 courses and all this kind of stuff. So here's the big question: is there any alcohol? Not at all. Not even in England. None, eh? No. Well, you can't have everything, No, I understand. So that's in August. Yeah. August. Very nice. So London in August would be nice. It'd be hot.
Yeah.
Probably.
My brother, he was about to do in December, but I really did not want to go in December.
So you never experienced cold weather before?
I went to Washington, D.C., but that was in March. So it was cold at that time as well. Mm-hmm. It was, I think, last snow there was about to have. And that was enough for me.
So you never experienced bitter cold?
No.
Like minus 10, minus 20?
I really don't want to do that.
It's not as bad as you think, actually.
Yeah, I never experienced that, so yes.
I personally, being from Canada, I personally think that when it gets cold here in Florida, it's actually worse than in Canada.
Really?
In Canada, it can get bitter cold, like minus 10, minus 20 Celsius. But the air is dry. Like the humidity is extremely low. Oh. So, and from thermodynamics, right? Without water, heat doesn't transfer very easily. It takes time, right? Here, I find the cold it's not as cold, obviously. The temperatures. There's a lot of water in the air, so it feels colder. Like my first year in Florida, when the temperature went down, I think to the low 50s, maybe the high 40s, it was brutal. My bones were chilly, because of the water in the air.
Maybe that's because of the reason that, I would say, because in Dubai, it was completely, having experienced cold there is completely different than here. I thought it's more colder here. But when my brother come here, he has been to a lot of places. He said the same thing to me, but I was like, no, he just like cold. That's why he's saying it.
It's a different kind of cold, especially, and maybe in England it's probably even different than in Canada, because England's more, I would think more, I don't want to say it, not humid, but they're closer to the ocean. Yeah. My family lives in Canada, so the closer you get to the ocean, probably it gets damper in the air, even in the wintertime. So there we go. So big wedding coming up. Are you excited? So now, I'm going to have to ask you about your wedding. Your parents just stopped talking to me. So, any big plans? No, good for you. Don't get married. I'm just kidding. Finish school first, get your MD. And then send me some money because you can take care of me. So, what's the big plan for Senna? Not that we're going to talk about her when she's not here, but any big plans?
She's about to complete her computer engineering degree in spring. I'm sorry. So it's spring 2019. She's gonna be graduating from the school, and then she got the internship at North Carolina, and she's also doing a research. She's helping professor making an app.
Nice.
So
what's the app going to do?
Dr. Horticulture. It's like you take a picture of a plant, and that would tell you how much fertilizer it would need or all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So she's helping in that part, but she wanted to do more logistic and more artificial part. So she will be going to another professor for that. Mm-hmm. So that's what she's doing.
Good for her. Mm-hmm. How are your parents? Are they really proud of you too?
Yep, they're really proud.
Good. They should be. You guys did really well. You did well at Broward. You're both doing well at your respective universities. So let me ask you this: final thoughts. What would you tell someone thinking about going to university? And they're kind of where you were, where you could choose BC or FIU, Miami. What would you?
If they were at my position, I would say come to BC. Yeah, because especially if they're coming from totally different country. Here, I learned a lot here. The experience that I get, the way to talk to people. Because before, I never know how to talk to people. Mm-hmm. So I learned that part, and over there, that helped me at the University of Miami. They helped me because over there, students are completely different. They come from a completely different culture. Some of them are international students. Some of them comes from a very rich family and all that kind of stuff. So they're completely different. Talking to them is, if I would just go directly there, I wouldn't have learned. I just would have lost all the confidence I had at that time. Mm-hmm. But here, I built more confidence. I got what I become what I'm supposed to be. So I think, yeah, Broward College would be a best decision. That's what I told my brother, to start from here. And that's what I told my niece, to start from Broward College. And she's in Broward College as well now.
Oh, she's here now.
She's starting from fall.
Taking science?
Yeah, she want to do biomedical engineering and want to go to medical school.
Uh-oh. She's got those big shoes to fill. We can be judging her based on you. I'm just totally kidding. Totally kidding. So you have a younger brother?
Yeah, I have a younger
Oh,
brother.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew you had older brothers. I didn't know you had a younger brother.
I have a younger brother. He's doing business. Like he doesn't like science and all that kind of stuff. So I think from my whole family, me and my sister, we are the only one who went for the science, and for that part, my father was very happy. So my brother, he doesn't like it, but my niece, she's gonna do she's also going for the science part.
Good for her. So she's graduated high school, she's coming in the fall?
No, she's not graduated. She's doing the dual program.
Oh, nice. Very good.
So she's going to do dual program, and then she's going to transfer to the university for the last year.
You know, you're going to get some calls in the middle of the night. I hate that Dr. Betts. He's the worst. Can't help it. That's exciting. That's very exciting. So I was really happy that you could come in. I was very happy to talk to you. Yeah. And well, before you go, let's show your pictures. We have some photographs of Annie wanted to show you. So here's one of Annie and her sister Senna at graduation. Yep. Let me get that up here. There we go. This is our former president, Armstrong. He actually has left this position, and the new president has been named. So this could be a collector's item. So this is you.
Yep.
This is Annie right over here. And this is her sister Senna. So you can see they look remarkably similar. Yeah. Remarkably, obviously in the same family. And did you guys decorate these hats yourselves?
My friend did it. I did not. Because I was just about to go like that. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go like that. Because I don't know why, but I don't like decorating stuff. I don't know why. So he was like, I'll do it for you. I'm like, sure, you can go for it.
Hey, that looks nice. So I mean, people can read your hats when they're sitting in the audience. And here's another photograph. Let's see what that is. Well, that's you guys. Where are you guys here?
So this is a Student Life Award. That's the time when we both got the award from the Student Life for our academic achievement and with leadership skills. Oh,
nice. Nice. Oh, that's in the Parkland, right? Yeah, okay. I've been to that a few times. And here we go. What's this one? Oh.
So that's the JKC.
Wow, where are you?
I'm kind of confused in the middle.
Oh, that's you right there. Yeah. You look like you're just trying to walk through this pile of people. Like, excuse me. Pardon me.
No, because they were like, oh, do something crazy. I'm like, what should I do? The minute I was thinking we clicked the picture, I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, you do look deep in thought there. Let's see, can we get a little closer? No, we can't zoom in. Well, that's cool. So these are students from all over the country, it looks like.
Yeah, it's all over the state, although it's Cook Scholar with me.
So you got Penn State. What's that?
Brown.
What's that? Maybe Iowa?
Brown.
Oh, that's Brown? Oh, yeah, Brown.
Brown, and then Georgia Tech.
So you got some big schools represented here.
Yeah.
And there's Broward right there. Were you in Broward or are you in Miami at this picture?
Yeah, I was wearing a University of Miami.
Oh, you're a Miami student at this point.
Yeah. At this point.
So this is actually a great picture because this shows you that, Annie from Broward College, even though she's in University of Miami, can hang with students from the big universities. Look at that. Good for you.
And that's when we were announced as a Jack and Cook Scholar. Like, I was announced as a Jack and Cook Scholar and also the Florida academic team. Oh,
very nice. So this is you here.
Yep.
And that's Senna over here. Very nice. And let's do this one next.
So that's all the Cook Scholar at the University of Miami. We just got together. We're having fun.
And you're from Broward? Where are these two ladies from?
The right side, she's also from, Broward College.
Okay.
She was a year before me.
Oh, okay.
And the other one she's from my cohort. She's from the Palm Beach.
Oh, she's from Palm Beach State.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very good. Good for them. And here's one.
So that's on the day of orientation.
Are you in this picture?
Yeah.
Do you know where?
No. I think that was on the side because I was wearing the orange shirt.
There you are.
That's you right there.
I declare that you.
But I like that picture because, when it forms complete you, even I put it on my Facebook, I'm like,
yeah, it's a neat picture. It's a very neat picture, and good for you for being part of this. Is this your graduating class?
I don't think so. All of them.
Those just students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of them were transfer. A lot of them were freshmen. So.
Right. Wow. Well, Annie, I want to just tell you that everyone here remembers you, and we're all very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're really looking forward to seeing what you do. I think you're going to go on and be an MD, and I think you're going to be really good at it. I think you're probably going to be a world-renowned specialist. And I want to just say this to you, and I want to on tape that you're awesome, and we all really appreciate you coming to Broward. And when I'm older and dying, I'm coming to see you to get my heart going again.
Oh, my God.
No pressure, though. No pressure. No, good for you. So I want to give you the last word. Anything you want to say to the folks out there?
No, I would just say keep working hard, and then learn whatever you can learn from Broward College, because I think this is the platform you can learn. Of course, you can learn at the university, but it's very big. And I always get lost in the beginning. So I was just saying, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Annie.